Okay. Now, since today last class, we also need to do some wind out later. So we just see what is important. Now, the path normally refer to Magga. So this is talking about the, because previously it's talking about the different types of Four Noble Truths with the poem. So normally path Magga to what kind should be developed. Now, sometimes when we develop path, it can be serenity. You will see this word in English. Actually, it refers to samatha. All right. And insight refer to vipassana. Okay. So that's why sometimes is really have to understand the translation. For those print out, you all can add in yourself. Now, seeing. Normally, vipassana, we are talking about seeing. Developing. Now, here it didn't say about developing, but we can take it as samatha. If seeing refer to vipassana, samatha should be developing. Now, another way, path can develop into three aggregates, sila, samadhi, panya. Now, because we are talking about noble eightfold path, when we group it according to these three. Now, this word aggregates kanda. Okay, kanda is when we talk about five aggregates, we are using the word kanda. But this kanda, it does not mean just five aggregates. Actually, it refers group. So we can say three group, sila group, samadhi group, panya group. Okay. So here is one statement here. Three aggregates are not included in the Noble Eightfold Path, friend Visuddhimagga. But Noble Eightfold Path is included by the three aggregates. Okay. So Visuddhimagga is the one the person he asked the bhikkhuni who is Arahant. So he's at that time he should be non-returner. But anyway, their conversation is considered very profound because one is non-returner, another one is Arahant. So they doing this conversation here. But what we know is actually three aggregates. If you three aggregates here means sila, samadhi, panya. If you expand it, it will be noble eightfold path. For example, speech, action, livelihood. Right, speech, action, livelihood, including sila group, virtue. Effort, mindfulness, concentration, including the samadhi group. And then right view, right thinking, including the understanding. I think last week we already mentioned the Eight Noble Eightfold Path in detail, all right? So this is actually kind of revision. Right, so 96 is, okay, now one thing about here, now when we talk about effort, mindfulness, concentration, all these are important in meditation. Because when we practice meditation, we actually try to increase our effort. We need to practice satipatthana for mindfulness, and we need to have much as concentration. In some of the sutta, the best, of course, is a fourth jhana. If you cannot get fourth jhana, at least get first jhana. If cannot get first jhana, at least try to go for vipassana, the momentary concentration. But here it says concentration cannot of its own nature cause absorption through the unification on the object. But with energy, accomplishing its function of exerting and mindfulness, accomplishing its function of preventing wobbling, it can do so. What it's trying to say, effort, concentration, effort, and mindfulness, these three need to work together, right? So here is just a statement, but paragraph 97 is very interesting. It gives a simile for us to know how does the effort, mindfulness, concentration work together. Okay, Sister Chai-Hun, you can read now, 97.
For the three states beginning with right effort, which are born together, are like the three friends who enter the park together. The object is like the champak tree in full blossom. Concentration, which cannot of its own nature bring about absorption by unification on the object, is like the man who could not pick the flower by raising his arm. Effort is like the companion who bends down, giving his back to bow upon. Mindfulness is like a friend who stood by, giving his shoulder for support. Just as standing on the back of the one and supporting himself on the other shoulder, he could pick as many flowers as he wanted. So too, when energy accomplishes its function of exerting, and when mindfulness accomplishes its function of preventing wobbling, with the help so obtained, concentration can bring about absorption by unification of the object. So here in the concentration aggregate, it is only concentration that is included as of the same kind, but effort and mindfulness are included because of their action in existing.
Okay, thank you. Now, okay. So normally we say what is concentration? Concentration means unification on the object. So this is a very technical word. It's same like ekagata. But when we say like this, nobody understands us. So what we say concentration means no distraction. The mind does not go elsewhere. It just focus on the object. But even if focus on object is like this one, it cannot pick up the flower. So he needs the help of effort and mindfulness. Because the effort energy accomplish the function exerting, put more effort. Mindfulness prevent it from wobbling, means not shakeable or not uh running away so and all. So then with these two help, then concentration can brings is can do this unification on the object. So mindfulness prevent it wobbling, energy use to give it more energy. So concentration can focus on the object. So that's the meaning here. So when in meditation time, you need to develop these three as much as possible because this is the under the which group? All right. Under the concentration group. Effort, mindfulness, and where's another? Effort, mindfulness, concentration under the concentration group. All right. So during the meditation time, actually, we are trying to develop these aggregates, this concentration group, samadhi group as much as possible. Now, how about the right view and right view and right thinking? What should we do about this? Okay. Now, this is talk about so paragraph 99 and 100 is talking about right view and right thinking. So that's Vera. You can read this one. 1900.
Okay, thank you, Saiji. 99. Also, as regards right view and right thinking, understanding cannot of its own nature define an object as impermanent, painful, not self, but with applied thought giving assistance by repeatedly hitting the object it can. 100?
Yes.
100. How, just as a money changer, having a coin placed in his hand and being desirous of looking at it on all sides equally, cannot turn it over with the power of his eye only. But by turning it over with his fingers, he is able to look at it on all sides. Similarly, understanding cannot of its own nature define an object as impermanent and so on, but assisted by applied thought with its characteristic of directing the mind onto the object and its function of striking and thrashing, as it were, hitting and turning over. It can take anything given and define it. So here in the understanding aggregate, it is only right view that is included as of the same kind. But right thinking is included because of its action in assisting. Thank you, Sage. Cannot hear, Saiji.
Do you understand what you read just now? I mean, this simile. Vira? Vira, do you understand what you read just now? Okay, I
Yes,
think
I did.
do you understand this coin example?
The what?
Coin.
It's like he applied thought with its characteristic of directing the mind onto the object and
Yeah.
striking it and trashing it, hitting
Okay.
it over.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the key point here. Now, when we say right view, it means you see something only. Right? For example, we know everything is anicca, dukkha, anatta, asubha. We know it. But that is in terms of we have we see or we understand like this, but how are we going to really understand it? We need the right thought. Right thought means your mind have to think about it again and again and again. It's like the money changer, he has a coin. He need to turn the coin around so he know the shape of the coin, the coloring and whatever, right? So like this, that's the function of the right view and right thought here, how they related to each other. Okay. So these two. Any question about this? If not, we continue. So right view is understand about anicca, dukkha, anatta, but right thinking is you think about the topic. So that's why right thinking or right thought is in Abhidhamma is same as vitakka, initial application. Now, the 402. Yes, Brother Ko? Yes, you want to say something?
The applied thought. The applied thought, is it the Vitaka Vichara or?
Normally, if we are talking about thinking, is the first thing that come to mind is vitaka, but you also can put as vichara. Yes, if you can, vitaka and vichara can also. But
Because
direct
it
will
has
be
the-
right. But in direct one, if you say right view will be vitaka. Sorry, right thought will be vitaka. But we can put vitaka and vichara for longer thought lah. Because when we think about something, we need to apply our thought also. Okay, thank you for sharing. Okay. Now, all right. So I just now look at it. So I start to feel in myself. So I think for your side, it's all blank paper. So anyway, is the purpose of doing the table is to understand the text down here. Okay, so we read 102 and 103. Actually, this is all very theoretical about, but it's good to know all this category. Okay, Thomas, 102, 103.
In addition, all the truths are of one kind because they are not unreal or because they must be directly known. They are of two kinds, as 1 and 2, mundane and 3 and 4 supramundane, or 1, 2 and 4 formed and 3 unformed. They are of three kinds, as number 2, to be abandoned by seeing and development, 3 and 4, not to be abandoned, and as number 1, neither to be abandoned nor not to be abandoned. They are of four kinds, classed according to what has to be fully understood, and so on. As to similar and dissimilar, all the truths are similar to each other because they are not unreal, are void of self, and are difficult to penetrate. They are dissimilar when defined according to their individual characteristics.
Okay, thank you. All right, because this is just more on the table. So according to statement on 102 and 103, we can fill in the blank. All right, so you're talking about 1 and 2 is mundane. Now, 3 and 4 is supramundane. Okay. For those who have print out, you can feel. But we need to think about that, right? Now, suffering, when we say suffering is mundane, what is suffering? Suffering means 5 aggregates, right? 5 aggregates is mundane because when we talking about 5 aggregates means namarupa. Your mind and matter is mundane, that's right. craving is, this is a typical term. Craving is a tanna. Craving, of course, is mundane. Now, nibbana is supramundane, of course. But here it says noble eightfold path is supramundane. Okay, for this, according to this statement, 4 is supramundane. But there's a question here. So, Thomas, now we can have some little bit discussion. Do you agree with this one? Noble eightfold path is supramundane.
I would have said it is mundane because the Noble Eightfold part starts in the ignorant mind. It is the path from the mundane to the supramundane.
Okay.
But the practicing mind is still mundane.
Okay, yes. All right, according to this statement is true, right? But actually what we say is this noble eightfold path, it can be mundane. It's a both mundane and supramundane. Because when we started to meditate, they of course definitely it will not be supramundane. Supramundane refer to nibbana, taking nibbana as object. So we start with the mundane noble eightfold path. So after that, when somebody attain enlightenment, it will become supramundane. So it will be both. So we can write both mundane, right? Now, then this 1 to 4 formed. So 1 to 4 is 1, 2, 4. Form. So 3 is unformed. Now, since Thomas read just now, okay, now since you have already read the German version, do you know what is form and unformed here? Do you know about this? What is form
I
unformed?
think form refers here to condition, to sankhara.
Yes, okay. So sankhara or ansankhara or sankata, asankata. Yeah. So we call it conditioned state or unconditioned state. So nibbana is unconditional. Right. So yeah, so it's easier to understand, right, rather than this form unformed. Okay. So when we do this kind of table, it's actually easier to understand the statement on 102 and 103. Now, this is another one. So there are 3 kinds to be abandoned, no abandoned. All right. So basically, it says something you need to be abandoned by seeing and development. So what, according to down there, yes, craving, we need to abandon it. Nibbana and noble eightfold path, we don't need to abandon. And then the suffering is NA, not applicable, right? So it's according to statement down there. Now the function will be easy. Now, I think we mentioned before, 5 aggregates, we need to understand it. Craving, we need to abandon it. Nibbana, we need to realize it. Noble eightfold path, we need to develop it. Okay, so we are talking about 1, 2, 3, 4. So by this table, we understand the statement 102 and 103, right? Okay. So for those, if you want to, later I will send the file updated to the Google Drive. You can download. Okay. Now, then another table. Now, this table is according to this statement. Okay. So now we are actually on the summary of Noble Eightfold Path. Even though this one will not really help us in practice, at least we get to know some. Actually, all these are Abhidhamma point already. Sister Kaho, you can read this one, 104. Okay.
So sorry, Saiji, I'm not convenient here.
Oh, okay, all
Okay,
right.
sorry, yeah. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Sumita, yes.
And the first two are similar since they are profound because hard to grasp, since they are mundane and since they are subject to cankers. They are dissimilar in being divided into fruit and cause and being respectively to be fully understood and to be abandoned. And the last two are similar since they are hard to grasp because profound, since they are supramundane and since they are free from clankers, they are dissimilar in being divided into object and what has an object, and in being respectively to be realized and to be developed.
Okay, thank you. So it's like what we do is like just now mundane. The noble truth explained as supramundane, nibbana. Fourth noble truth is actually explained like just now as supramundane. Now, then according to the what into object. So nibbana can be object. And what has the object? All right. So we can talk about, let's say if based on this statement, then because it say last two refer to these last two. So it will be object. So nibbana itself is the object, right? Object of who? Object of magga. So nibbana is object of magga and phala, path and fruition. Now, noble eightfold path is what has the object. Okay. Then this is actually same like before. So actually all these are already inside the Abhidhamma point already, because Abhidhamma, when you study, you also have when I study in our BA class, we had the Dukkha Tika about the diet and triad. They all have the listing of all these what is has the object and what is has not an object. Okay. And then we still have another sentence, all these are very theoretical. Okay, so you all can fill in yourself. Right. So this is a long one. The first and third are similar since they come under the heading of result. So first and third. Remember earlier on I said Four Noble Truths, if we summarize it, it will be just cause and effect. Because craving is the cause, so there will be suffering in this life and future life. That's a result. And then the Four Noble Truths, Noble Eightfold Path is the cause, and attaining Nibbana is the result. Okay, so this is talking about. Then there are form and unformed here. So you have to think about which is form, which is unformed. So it's like earlier on, Sam, Nibbana is unformed, the other are formed. So what is a profitable, unprofitable, kusala, akusala? So unprofitable is a akusala, profitable is kusala. So we have to think about that. Craving will be definitely akusala. So nibbana will be under kusala. Okay. Then the rest actually it didn't mention because it's only talking about the second and fourth. The first and fourth are similar to be formed. So it's first and fourth. They are similar to be dissimilar as in being mundane and supramundane. Second and third are similar since at the step of neither trainer nor non-trainer. Okay, this one is something strange. Second and third, neither trainer nor non-trainer. And they are dissimilar as being respectively with an object or no object. Okay. Okay, now craving we say as object because craving can take like you see the flower, take the flower as object. You see the food, take the food as object. Nibbana we can say as no object. In a way, if we want to do it in this way. So this one I also not so sure what is the meaning of this one. Two and third. Now trainer will be trainer refer to those who are in first stage, second stage, third stage of enlightenment. Non-trainer will be referred to only Arahant because Arahant has gone beyond the training. So Arahant is considered as Asaka. So it's second and third are similar. Because maybe they are nothing to do with, because they are nothing to do with, so when we say like this, so Aseka and Seka, they are nothing to do with craving and Nibbana in a way. Maybe that's why they say second and third, because they are nothing to do in the state of neither training or trainer, because they are nothing to do with the levels of enlightenment. Okay. Sekka and Sekka will be enlightenment. Now Sekka will be trainer. Trainer refer to first, second, third level of enlightenment. Now Aseka means Aseka is non-trainer. Those who go beyond training means Arahant. Okay. So that's why the second and third is nothing to do with the second and third means that the craving and second and third, yeah, craving and nibbana, nothing to do with Sekka Aseka. So second and third noble truth. Right. So from here, what do we learn? I mean, after, I think this is the last chat already. Yes. So let's say based on this one, what do you learn? I mean, based on this one, anybody want to, how can we meditate from this point? Now, just now you all say that we should have some discussion, right? Or Q&A. Vera, you say Q&A. Now my question is, now we can start with Q&A. Start from you since you say Q&A. Right, yes. Now, question is, what should we learn from here, or how should we practice from here?
Yeah. Mm. Mm. You mean during meditation, is it, Saiji?
Yes.
Saiji,
Based on this table and based on the statement above, what should we practice from here? Or how should we practice from here?
to abandon craving,
Okay.
then to attain enlightenment. lah.
Okay. Yeah, you sum up the key point. Yeah. Why should we abandon the craving? Why?
Because craving due because of craving is the cause for suffering.
All right. Yes.
So
Okay.
we need to abandon craving so that the next step will be we need to crave we will attain enlightenment.
Okay.
Then from to gain enlightenment we need to practice the Noble Eightfold Path.
Okay, good. So you are saying from this point, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right.
Thank
So
you.
okay, then I think I should ask those expert ones, so-called expert. Okay, Brother Ko. Brother Ko, are he still here or not? Sometimes he's cold. Yeah. Okay, now can you beside she already mentioned this part, so you don't say about this part anymore. So yeah. Any contribution from you? Yes. From this statement, from this table, how should we practice?
How to practice?
Mm.
Because if you, from the table itself, when you talk about practice, I'm not too sure what you are directing at.
I mean, now we finished the Four Noble Truths, and there's a table, there's a statement. From the statement I made in the table, so we can see roughly like this. So how should we practice? I mean, the purpose of learning the Visuddhimagga is to practice meditation, right? Either samatha or vipassana. Okay. Or if you have no answer, we can skip you and go to somebody. Pass the ball.
Not too sure.
Okay. Okay, we pass the ball to somebody. All right, Brother King. Yes. You want to contribute, Brother King?
Uh, to me, I think I'll focus on the object, mindfulness of object, especially on the defilements, the akusala part.
Okay.
That
Okay.
improve on it.
Okay. Okay. I mean, but for the akusala, what are you going to deal with? Now you say focus on it. How? I mean, by focusing, what you supposed to do it with it?
To me, is instead of reacting, how to respond to it when I face it, the arising or this one, having to try to abandon it.
Okay. All right. Yes. Abandon the craving. All right. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Any other student you want to say something? This suggested by Sister Vera, we should do in Q&A. Okay. All right. So Sister Vera, Brother Ko already say something. And then Thomas. Thomas, you want to say something? Up to you. If you want have an idea. Yes.
For my understanding, this this table, it makes us practicing knowing. It helps understanding what the practice is about, so that the path is from the formed to the unformed, and by the
Okay.
practice of eradicating the suffering through knowing that suffering is the cause, and then abandoning the craving, we can change our mind to transform to the unformed. That's the
Okay.
way. It's just a basic knowledge that is
basic knowledge.
given here.
Yes. Okay. So you are saying about this part and this part, right? From
Yes.
the form to unformed, knowing the cause and so on. Okay. Now about
Yes.
this, do you now based on the above statement, it says something about object and non-object, right? Where is it? Okay. Yeah, this one, object with no object. So you say the second and third dissimilar in terms of object or no object. Do you understand about this part?
I think yes, they are dissimilar in the way that Nibbana is supramundane, and Nirvana is the no, maybe I don't understand.
Yeah, Nibbana is difficult to understand, so better don't say anything about Nibbana.
Yeah.
So at least we can say craving is like just like craving about flower, craving about food. This one I understand. So Nibbana is difficult to understand. So it's actually very difficult to understand Nibbana unless you understand, you really experience Nibbana. So we just skip it. So I told you all, there's one Sayadaw who write a PhD book on Nibbana. Sayadaw Dhammapiya. I think he passed away already. Yeah. So if you're interested, you can go to internet or I share with you. Imagine spend 5 years work on Nibbana as a PhD. Yeah. It's not easy. All right. So, okay, now.
Saji,
Yes, you want to say something?
To refer to the upper table, the earlier table. This one is saying Nibbana is there is an object of Magga Phala.
Yeah,
but then now the other one is saying there's no object. Actually, in
No.
Nibbana, we usually say no object. Why got object one?
This being the object. It is the object. It's not the object. It is the object of Magga Phala. Because Magga Phala take the down there means it will not has object. Here means it will not no, I better put not having object, I think. All right. No having object, because it didn't say only, you only say with object. Or now if English with object, without object, so I think better use the word with object or without object. This is without object. Okay, just change it to without object. Without object means not having any object. Okay. All right. Without object means not having object. Craving has object. Can you follow the English?
Then the up there, it says the object of the.
Yeah, Nibbana is the object of Magga and Phala, because Magga Phala in enlightenment time, the Magga and Phala take Nibbana as object. So that's why Magga Phala Nibbana is supramundane. Okay, so how many levels supramundane? So Magga, Phala, Nibbana. So sometimes in some of the sutta, they say there are 4 Magga, 4 paths, 4 fusion, and Nibbana. So totally we have 9 supramundane. Okay, all these are supramundane. Magga Palachita. Remember in Abhidhamma, you study Magga Chitta Palachita, right? Now, Chitta means consciousness. Does consciousness take object? Yes, they can take Nibbana when they are in the enlightenment time. They normal time, like the eye consciousness take the visible object. That's a mundane object. So Magga Chitta Palachita, path consciousness, fruition consciousness, take Nibbana, so supramundane object at the moment of enlightenment. So Nibbana being the object of Magga and Phala. Can you follow?
Okay.
All right. Anyway, if you don't understand, doesn't matter, practice more. When you reach enlightenment, come and tell us. I mean, this is the only thing we do, right? So sometimes we learn as much as possible. Okay, now we already finished the Four Noble Truths. So this is the path. So we are talking about right view. Right view means right seeing. Then right thought, like just now. Right view is see as anicca, dukkha, anatta, but it's not enough. You still need the right thought that direct the mind. It's like strike the mind on the object. So there's a function of right thought. And then right speech, action, livelihood, we are talking about there's under Sila, morality group. And then now the one when we practice meditation is really on right effort. So previously, last class, 4 types of effort. From the unwholesome, we try to prevent it. If already arisen, we try to abandon it. For the wholesome thing, if not arising, we must arise it. For already arisen one, we try to cultivate it. So that's our 4 efforts. In meditation, in normal life, we try to have 4 right effort. And then you have effort, you also need mindfulness. Normally, we develop the mindfulness according to Satipatthana Sutta. Now, concentration will be like just now. Concentration means focus the mind, unification on the object. And then after that, we have some ideas. So for these kind of things, about what kind of wrong view and so on, it's better if you read the sutta class. If you follow the sutta. So that's why I try to promote. Okay, on Tuesday on 19 December and January onwards, because I will be in Sudama. So they are going to start the sutta class. They already started, so they want me to go there and help them. So we will discuss more on the theory. So if you're interested, you can join the Tuesday. So all this you will find not in Abhidhamma books or Visuddhimagga book. You find more on the long length discourse, middle length discourse. They were talking about all sort of different kind of wrong view. So all these are wrong view. Okay, like annihilation, eternity, and this is akriya. So something like overlord, God. All these are wrong view. Actually, all these are wrong view, not easy to understand unless you understand the culture and the philosophy at that time. Okay. For example, all this Niganda, Alala, and so on. So what we need to do is have right view. So try to develop the Itipada, brought to power. Now, if you read the Mahaparinibbana Sutta, the Buddha already said, when he already developed this Itipada, road to power, he can maintain the life up to 1 kappa, up to his lifetime. So the Buddha actually, I think I mentioned last week, if he want, actually the Buddha can live up to 100 years, But he say he already repeat 3 times, but whenever Ananda was being disturbed by Mara, he didn't request the Buddha to stay up to 100 years. Okay, so that's the power of Itipada. So it has so we should develop it in terms of have dear purpose, desire. So this kind of desire is a good desire. Effort, okay, you should have desire for meditation or enlightenment, effort for enlightenment, and then the mind should be strong, okay? We need to have strong mind. And mostly importantly, if we need this vimamsa. Vimamsa actually is kind of like wisdom. So we need to have these 4, we call it Itipada. Itipada. All these are important, not only in meditation, also in your job, in your career, or you want to further your study or whatever. Without this, you cannot be successful in your life. And right thought, right thinking, renunciation, non-evil, non-cruelty. Okay, so basically this is the first one is to let go of craving. The second one is much more on let go of the cruelty, like killing and so on. So all this we go through already. Okay, so I think I roughly cover already. What we do is, since we have extra time, now we go for Thomas. Okay, so Thomas will share. If you're using computer, right, Thomas?
Sayaji, may I ask, can we
Yes.
take 5 minutes break so
Okay.
everybody can go to the toilet and I search for my assignment and do it later?
This I was.
Yes, sure.
Yes. Okay. Please continue. Yes.
So the book is called Buddhist Character Analysis, and it's very detailed based on the teachings of the Visuddhimagga. So I didn't use AI, I did use this book and based my assignment largely on it. So the first part is about explaining character analysis in general. And I found it's actually very simple, which are greed, hatred, and delusion. And Buddha-Gosa now explains these 3 have corresponding opposites. As greed corresponds with faith, as they both want to hold on, they both acquire, be it material goods or greater happiness. Hatred is corresponding with intelligence. Actually, they both want to get rid of things, to destroy, they have aversion. And delusion is corresponding with speculation. And this gives us 3 pairs in character analysis: Lobha and Saddha, Dosa and Buddhi, Moha and Vitaka. These seem to be the 6 main directions a character can go. There's a very good sum up of this in the book. They say the 3 pairs can be summed up most simple as the 3 basic ways of human reaction. The craver says, yes, please. And the hate type, no, thank you. And the confused type says, I don't know. Of course, in reality, we are composed of parts of every one of the 6 types. I then tried to analyze my own character. There are given lots of examples in Visuddhimagga. We're not going into detail here. And I could very clearly indicate my own character as Buddhi Vitaka with Dosa inclination. To this, according to the Visuddhimagga, there are some special meditation objects suitable. In my case, this is the 4 Brahmavihara and the 4 Kala Kasinas, the Anapanasati, the Maranusati, and some other samadhi techniques and kasinas. I then went on to describe the kasina that I practice, which is the fire kasina. I practice this one with a candle, not with a camper fire, as I don't live in the woods. But this works also quite good, and I practice it a lot. As a contemplation, I have chosen the Maranusati, the contemplation of death, where I like to contemplate my own death, but in a quite immediate time frame, like let's say in 3 seconds. I like to imagine what will happen in my mind if I die in 3, 2, 1 right now. In what state my mind will approach death. And I made a personal habit of chanting a shortened version of the Maranusati chanting. Just the first 3 lines, Jara Damomi, Jara Manatito, Biadi Damomi, Biadi Manatito, Marana Damomi, Marana Manatito. In daily life, whenever the mind remembers the fact of death and impermanence. As a conclusion, I came to find that the descriptions given in the Visuddhimagga fit surprisingly well to my character's structure. It was really surprising how well it how much truth is in this teaching. Also, my meditation practice seems to be in order with these teachings. And that's pretty much it. I found it very interesting to do this assignment since I plan to do for a long time a structured analysis if I practice in the right way, let's say the right meditation objects. And so I'm quite happy to know now that this seems to be the case, and I can continue in my practice with knowing that I'm being on the right path according to Visuddhimagga.
Okay, thank you very much.
This is what I can say. Thank you.
Yes, I appreciate you put this Buddhist character analysis, the one you say like, yes, I want it, then the no, what, no, thank you, and I don't know. Yeah, I really like it because it's very simple. Really sum out the three charita. Okay, and then I think your assignment is very, very well done, and I appreciate it because you put your own personal analysis. Yeah, that show how much you really spend the time on doing this assignment. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you,
All right.
Saji.
Yes. Chai Hun, you want to share?
Cannot find us.
That's why I know you all. That's why I need to know you all. Oh, do you still have your assignment? Okay. Let me see. You share to online, right? Can you go to your Google Classroom? Google Classroom? Actually, on the okay, while Chai Hun is trying to find her things. Okay, actually, on your assignment, Thomas, you put your Buddhist character with the dosa. You write yourself as a dosa because you say childhood you get angry easily, right? Something like that. Yeah.
Not get angry anymore, but I have lots of aversion in my mind.
Aversion.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. 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 Then you should practice more metta. Yeah. Yeah. But I think so far, so far, of course, I only meet you one time personally, but I think your dosa is not so strong. Not that strong. Yeah. It's not that maybe it's happening in your mind only. Okay. But still it's okay. Under control. All right. Okay, Chai Hun, are you ready? You just find your Google Classroom. Yes. Okay, for other student, do you want to say something, other student? Okay. Okay, you can just as I okay, this is but done by you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now you can just you see it, right? Yes.
I started with the background, the introduction. So Visuddhimagga is a comprehensive textbook for the Theravada traditions, but only in Myanmar and Sri Lanka, not so much in Thailand. Actually, the Thai tradition they doesn't really abide to this Visuddhimagga. So
Actually, it's true. Wismaga study a lot in Myanmar, but most of Thai people, even Thai monk, they don't really believe it because they say it's a commentary. Okay.
So Visuddhimagga is a textbook for Sila Samadhi Panya and hugely studied in Myanmar. So the significance of Visuddhimagga is it is a formal education system in Myanmar and Sri Lanka. Then Zaiji go down. Then it is has a historical continuity from the Mahavihara lineage that is supposed to be the traditional lineage in India. Then in meditation, it gives a very good structural framework on how to attain all the meditation stages and ultimately wisdom. So going down, Saiji. So there are two different views on Visuddhimagga. Actually, as I mentioned, Visuddhimagga is popular in Sri Lanka and Myanmar, but in Thailand they are not well accepted. A lot of Thai forest monks actually they base their lectures on sutta and personal experience, but they don't buy into Abhidhamma or Visuddhimagga. So the controversies of Visuddhimagga is many scholars think that Visuddhimagga actually is deviate from the Buddha's teaching as it emphasizes on Abhidhamma over the sutta. Then it has a lot of how to say explanation on jhana, but which is not mentioned in the sutta. So the meditation method also more comprehensive and more complex as found in sutta. And they mentioned about kasina also it is not mentioned much in the sutta. So some critics say kasina method has the influence of Hinduism. So in the practical concerns, actually, as I mentioned, the critic says Visuddhimagga emphasizes too much on the concentration practice and also too much on analytical analysis of the meditation stages over the direct experience. So in conclusion, even though there are a lot of critics of Visuddhimagga, I feel that we should be open-minded as to study because it's a very important textbook for the Buddhists, and we can take what my approach is we take what we think is suitable to us, and whatever that's not suitable to us or we don't accept at the moment, we can just leave it aside, but we should study because it's a very important text for us. That's my approach. So a denial to Visuddhimagga is like a denial to the benefits of the Dhamma, and one misses out the gems of the Dhamma. That's my conclusion. So then the Sila part. Sila is the molarity, so it's a state's beginning revolution present in one or abstains from doing misconducts from body, verbal, and mental. So there are two complementary aspects of Sila, Charita, and Varita. So so one is you have to do, one is you abstain to do. Okay, that's Varita and Charita. Next, Saji. So these are the suttas that mention about Sila. One is Mahanama Sutta, one is Kimatiya Sutta, then Anguttara Nikaya 840 got conducive also mentioned about Sila. there are actually quite a lot of suttas mentioned about sila, the importance of sila. So the importance of sila is because sila is prescribed by the Buddha. So it is one of the steps mentioned by the Buddha in the gradual training for the Sangha members in this Gana Moggallana Sutta as a step in the progressive. Sila is a step for the monks and it is also a step for the ladies. So it is very important if we want to go forth. Sila is a discipline, is a foundation for us. So Sila helps in the purification of the mind. Sila serves as a foundation for a practitioner who is embarking on the journey towards liberation. So it is the base for us. If we don't have Sila, we can't really progress much because we will still do a lot of akusala actions that will hinder us from progression. So Sila is the base for the foundation for concentration and wisdom. Then Sila promotes social harmony and conducive environment for spiritual cultivation. And these are I also mentioned about the benefits of Sila. So then there's a conclusion. With the good observation of precepts and fulfillment of duties, reduce mental hindrances that are the obstacles to the spiritual development. The habit of doing wholesome deeds and avoiding unwholesome deeds in daily life may condition a good rebirth, which is utmost important for one who does not attain the first stage of sainthood. That is Sotapan. In this very life, at least there's a following a system that's conducive for one to continue one's spiritual journey till at least the final stage of sainthood. I mentioned this because I am not confident that I can think Sotapan this life. So I find that it is important to keep the sila. At least I still can be reborn in a good realm to continue practice. That's my.
Okay, thank you. I think hers also.
If not because of the course, I wouldn't have read. So I think the course has given me the chance or forced me to read lah.
Chance to read the book, yeah. Okay, this
Because it's very important book.
Yeah, it's very important book. Like just mentioned, without this class, you will not read. Yeah, it's true. The book is so thick. You pick out, you put down again, right? That's the thing. Okay, so this is the first one. Right, Thomas, what is the benefit you think?
Yes, the same. I have actually made the effort and read Visuddhimagga from first to last page some years ago.
Oh, okay.
But I did not really understand most of it. I really understand it through your teachings. And I think Visuddhimagga is special because of the detailed description of the samatha meditation techniques and objects. I don't
detail
find this
for
anywhere.
samatha. Yes, it's true. You cannot find anywhere. Yes, samatha and vipassana. It's not only samatha and vipassana also.
Yeah, and for me personally, I find it's a very interesting historical document.
True.
And I like this perspective also.
Okay, good. All right. So next person, anybody want to add on to your own experience? When you read, I mean, personally, when you read this book or you attend this class, how much do you understand and what do you understand? Okay, let's, Sister Wong. Yes, she's also, she didn't say something, but actually she also doing the assignment. Sorry, yes, Sister Wong.
Good evening, everybody.
Yes, switch on your video, please. Yes.
Okay. Actually, I am quite, I started learning Dharma late. I mean, initially it was just on the basic level, 5 precepts, the Eightfold Noble Path, but didn't really go deeper into that because when working, we really didn't have the time. And when I retired, I was always traveling. So during the COVID, I started learning deeper into the Dharma, and I find that it opens my mind, my eyes to a lot of things, as allow me to go deeper into the Dharma. It's not just a surface level or at the intellectual level or conceptual level, but really we need to fully understand, so that we can practice and put that into, develop it, and how to do it. Learning the various suttas under the teachers, and like learning the Dharma, meditation, and this Visuddhimagga class under Sayaji. So I find that during this period, at least my understanding of Dharma and better than before, but not at those advanced level. Unless I really practice it, then I a lot of this is still theory to me because I haven't reached the level yet. But eventually, I hope I'm able to.
Okay, so when I asked recently for the meditation on Sudama on January 5 to 10, that's a question not done maybe by one of the coordinators. She asked the question, what level of meditation? Is it basic, intermediate, advanced? Most people put basic or intermediate. Sometimes I was thinking this question, who going to write themselves as advanced, Anybody dare to write as I am advanced in meditation? It's actually not easy, So like Sister Wong said, most of the time we are trying to go deeper into Dhamma. Right? If you are in advanced inside meditation, I assure you will not attend this class already. Same also, if you have psychic power, you will not come to this class. All right. Okay. Yes. Any other people want to add on your opinion? Now we open to the class. Somebody raise something. Okay. Anybody? Who will say that? If compile all those somewhere, it compiles them, and then we see the better one. Yeah. Okay, most people will learn the same thing if they practice correctly, Yeah. That's why actually when we learn the Visuddhimagga, it actually give us a very clear guideline. It's actually strange to say to see why the Thai people, Thai monks or whatever, they never practice, because it's true, because they go through the sutta. So Visuddhimagga actually is a commentary. We call it, what is Visuddhimagga? Visuddhimagga, we call it the word general commentary. For example, each sutta, they have their own specific commentary. For one sutta, it comment about this sutta. But Visuddhimagga is called general commentary because it comments about all sutta. And you can see inside, it's actually point out this sutta, point out that sutta, and whatever. So it's called general commentary. So in this way, it actually on many suttas. So some of the other like Thai monks or whatever, they prefer to go to suttas because in the sutta you also can see the Anapanasati, Satipatthana Sutta. But when you read the Satipatthana Sutta, it didn't tell us how to practice, right? You tell about like 4 foundation mindfulness, you contemplate the body, contemplate the feeling, contemplate the mind, and the whole. But it didn't tell us the way all towards the Nibbana. But in Visuddhimagga, beside the samatha, it also tells us the different level of vipassana jnana. Okay, so in Visuddhimagga, it has very good point. It's like vipassana jnana, the vipassana knowledge, 16 stage. So we will do it on next session. So we will go through each level, each step, 16 steps of vipassana. It's actually quite interesting. Actually, if you practice vipassana, you really understand the step by itself. Yes, Brother Ko, you want to say something?
Yeah, maybe because you're talking about the class,
Yes.
I think for technical subjects like Abhidhamma or Visuddhimagga, it's important to have a good teacher to guide the class so that you can, because to read the book, in fact, when I read Abhidhamma as well as Visuddhimagga, it's very difficult to understand because we are not able to link
Okay.
from one topic to another or from one section to another section. But if we have a teacher, then somehow with the guidance of the teacher, then it becomes easier and more
Yeah.
lively. So it's important to have lively class, and the teacher is able to link the various subjects that has been covered, so that it becomes more practical and useful in their daily practice.
Okay. So to be practical and useful. Okay. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, because if we just learn it, I mean, what's the point of learning it? We learn it because we want to practice it, right? Because
Yeah.
if not, why you want to sit in front of a computer, 1 hour and 1 hour, 2 hours. Yesterday, I go for one Burmese ceremony. You know, I have to sit there 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Say 6 day about 3 hours on the floor, non-stop. You know, if you've been to Myanmar tradition, it's really sit on the floor without no cushion at all, you know. Wow, by the time I come back, my body was in pain. So yeah, so the purpose of you all learning Visuddhimagga, spend 2 hours is hopefully to gain some benefits. So you is will be useful and practical for you all in meditation and will become more clear with the teacher's guideline. So I also lucky because I learned this from when I listened to U Silananda, you know. So I told you all, so you all should listen to U Silananda Dhamma talk online where he described the Visuddhimagga in very detail. So this is a very good teacher. All his teaching, he also talk about the benefits of walking meditation. So it's very nice to read his book. So it's one of the very good teacher. So here is this one. Another teacher you all should read is Jnana Ponika. Jnana Ponika is a German monk. His teaching, he write what is it? The Heart of Buddhist Meditation, I think. Heart of all these are very good book you all should read, because if we can get guideline from very good teacher, it's very clear. Everything is very clear, right? So all these book you should read. Okay, so I also happy because I learned. So I think we can round out here. Any other suggestion or any other contribution from other student? Vera, you want to say something?
Hello.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Mm.
Start my video. Oh, okay.
Yeah, of course, I want to see you.
Before Saiji started this class, I already have this book so thick, and I opened a few pages and close it back because the font is not suitable for me. Small and not my liking, not my font, I say. So I thought that, oh, maybe if I obtain the online one, then I will read it. So when I have it, I still can't go through it because I don't know why. Then I blame it on maybe my karma is no good. You know, last past life must have done something wrong that I cannot read this Visuddhimagga. So when you say you want to organize, you are going to teach Visuddhimagga online. So I'm so happy now. I just listen. I can gain the knowledge without reading it. So lucky thing I attend. Very good. I started reading it. Started with the life of the Buddha and a lot of how many 28 Buddhas is it? It's very interesting, very detailed and all that.
Okay.
And with the meditation, a lot of meditation methods that I read is not in detail, but all in Visuddhimagga.
Yes, yes. Okay.
So I like your class because I no need to go and struggle reading the small font. Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Saiji.
Okay. All right. So yeah. Okay. So I also like to thank you all because I know social how much you really learn from me, but I really learn 100% from the book because we say because of this class, I have to study the book in detail. So I also have to thank you all. 感恩, we say opposite way. You thank me, I also thank you all because without you all, I will not open the book also. But I actually quite lucky because I had this book when I at the age of 20, I think 25, 20, 26 or 27. 27 years old. That means that it's about 20 years old when my eyesight very good, still very young at the time. I just about near 28 years old. So imagine 28 years old having the thick book of Visuddhimagga. It's not a difficult task for me, even though the book is thick, the font is small, like Vira say, the book is thick, the font is small, but at the age of 28, the book is still manageable, right? But imagine try to read the book at the age of 50 or 60, 70. People will get scared with the thickness and actually go older. I also noticed that the eyesight is not good as before. Yeah. And that's also to show us the nature of aging. No, imagine when we are young. So before the age of 45, I never wear specs. No, I also don't understand why people cannot see things. Like Sayaji Agawati, sometimes she look around for specs. I was thinking, why is it the specs is there? Why she cannot find the specs? She cannot find the specs because her eyesight not good. Like last time when I was young, my mother, she always asked her to put the thread on the needle hole, right? To me, it's why is it the hole is there? Why can't you just put the thread inside the needle hole? But old people also difficult. Now I also at my age, I also cannot put the thread inside the needle hole without that small that kind of what the needle thread that kind of thing. Now I also understand about aging. Yeah. So when we read the Visuddhimagga, we really understand the truth of the teaching of the Dhamma, right? So so I actually, as I say, we hope we will continue this class in January after I finish the meditation retreat in Sudama. So maybe mid of January. Okay, maybe after January 10, we'll start this class again. And in between, if you're all interested to learn Sutta, so I will open the Tuesday based on the Sudama. So when they have the class, physical class, I will open the online class. So it's a good opportunity to learn Sutta. They will go through the words of the Buddha written by Bhikkhu Bodhi. So that is really direct into the Sutta. Now what we learn with Visuddhimagga is a commentary. Commentary is different from Sutta. Sutta, you really get to know the words of the Buddha, direct from the words of Buddha, how Buddha explained things. So from the Sutta, we get to know the wisdom of the Buddha. Like we say, how do you know the Buddha? Through the Dhamma. By seeing the Dhamma, you get to know the Buddha. Yes, Brother Ko?
Yeah, since you mentioned about the sutta, another approach of which I I have the fortunate to attend this class on Abhidhamma where the Sayadaw used Abhidhamma and link it with the sutta. That is another
Okay.
interesting approach. And I find that those students who are familiar with the sutta find it easier to understand the Abhidhamma.
Yes.
That's one. The other thing that I also like is there are those books where they label it as Abhidhamma in daily life.
Mm-hmm.
Some of
Yes,
the
yeah.
textbooks, I think Sayaji has mentioned about it before. So those texts are also very helpful because it's very practical.
Yeah, right. So I plan to distribute the book sooner or later. But the book is actually I supposed to meet the Sayadaw to seek his permission to publish, but he's very busy. It's not easy to meet him. To meet him, I go I mean he's surrounded by many kapiya or whatever. It's impossible to meet him because he's so famous. And also so I changed the mind instead of making it officially under his name. So we will distribute it under the Dharma channel. Dharma channel means we'll put this book under his name, and I'll also add on to some of the some of the viewpoint on Abhidhamma because his Dharma book, his Abhidhamma Daily Life does not have included the Rupa session. So I will put on the Rupa. So I changed the book to more general basis. So instead of based on one side, we make it as a Dharma sharing. That will be best way, because it's actually very difficult for me to find him. He's so famous. Now, the problem is when the monks become so famous, he's not approachable anymore. That's the thing. So you are lucky, you know. Oh, we are lucky. I'm not famous. I view myself as a very unfamous, very small teacher. So you all can direct message me, WhatsApp. So you no need to go through my kapia or whatever. There's no kapia for me. That's the advantage. I try to maintain this level of simple way of communicating. All right. So I also hope that I will not be famous. I don't think I will be famous. Okay. Thank you very much for all your sharing. So we will just do the sharing of merits. Let me find the document. All right. Maybe today I ask somebody to share also. Where's the book? Maybe who's the senior one? Senior one is Brother King, right? Okay, Brother King, you will lead us into sharing. Okay, so I think now since at the end of class, it's good for you all ask forgiveness from Triple Gem. And if you have wrong thoughts towards me, it's also good for you all to clear off your bad karma. Brother Ken, can you lead us in the sharing of merits?
Okay.
Okay.
Kayena wacha citena pamadena maya katang acayam kama me bante buripanya tata gata kayena wacha citena pamadena maya katang acayam kama me badama santitika akalika Kayena wacha citena pamadena maya katang acayam kama me sangha supatipana anutara by body, speech and mind. If I have committed any wrong heedlessly, may the Buddha who has extensive wisdom forgive me. By body, speech and mind, if I have committed any wrong heedlessly, may the Dharma that is realized by oneself with immediate effect forgive me. By body, speech and mind, if I have committed any wrong heedlessly, may the Sangha that has good practice and incompatible forgive me. Okay. Iman no punya bagan sabah satanam dema. Iman no punya bagan sabah satanam dema. Iman no punya bagan sabah satanam dema. We share this merit with all sentient beings. May they obtain this merit and be well and happy. Sharing of merits to the departed ones. Idam no niyatinam hotu sukita hontu niyatayo. Idam no niyatinam hotu sukita hontu niyatayo. Idam no niyatinam hotu sukita hontu niyatayo. Let this merit go to our relatives. May our relatives be happy. Let this merit go to our relatives. May our relatives be happy. Let this merit go to our relatives. May our relatives be happy. Okay. Amono Dana. Okay. Akka satta cabum mata dewa naga mahidika punyam tam amumoditwa chiram rakantu sahsanam. May all beings inhabiting space and earth, devas and nagas of the mighty powers, having rejoiced these merits, long protect the dispensation of the Buddha. Akka satta cabum mata dewa naga mahidika punyam tam amumoditwa chiram Rakhantu De Sanam. May all beings inhabiting space and earth, devas and nagas of mighty powers, having rejoiced these merits, long protect the teaching of the Buddha. Akasata Chabum Mata Dewa Naga Mahitika Punyam Tam Amumoditwa Chiram Rakantu Mang Prangti. May all beings inhabiting space and earth, devas and nagas of the mighty powers, having rejoiced these merits, long protect me and others. Okay, blessing. Ayuragoya Sampati Saga Sampati Me Vacha Ato Nibbana Sampati Imina Te Samijato. Longevity, good health, a rebirth in the heaven, and the attainment of Nibbana. May you achieve this by this merit. Blessing to the world. Devo Vasatu Kalena Sasa Sampati Hotu Cha Pitu Bhavatu Loko Cha Raja Bhavatu Dhamiko. May the rain fall at suitable times. May the crop be abundant. May the world be prosperous. May the king be righteous. Okay, Patana. Adya Imaya Patipadaya Jaramaramha Parimusitsami Idame Punyam Asavakaya Vaham Hotu Idame Punyam Nibanasa Pachaya Hotu Idame Silam Magapala Nyanasa Pachaya Hotu. Indeed, by this mental training, I shall be freed from aging, sickness, and death. By my merit, may I eradicate all defilements. May my merits be conducive to the attainment of Nibbana. May my observation of morality be a condition to attain path and fruition knowledge. Imina punya kamena mame bala samagamo satam samagamo hotu yava nibbana patiya. By the merits that I have acquired, may I never meet foolish persons. May I meet wise and virtuous persons until I attain Nibbana, ultimate peace and happiness. Buddha sasanam ciram titatu. Buddha sasanam ciram titatu. Buddha sasanam ciram titatu. May the Buddha's dispensation teaching last long in the world. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much. All right. So tomorrow there's a meditation session for those who are free, come in. And for those who want to practice meditation, December 6 and 7 is whole day meditation, right? 6 is in Chinese language, and then 7 is English, right? I think I already announced in the WhatsApp group, December 6 and 7. For those who are be able to come to Sudama, Seremban, you can come on January 5 to 10. If you cannot come for 6 days, you can come for 3 days. All right. And then I think I see you somewhere in Malaysia when I come to Malaysia. I will stay in Malaysia and stay in Myanmar, travel between 2 countries. Yeah, hopefully, as long as I'm healthy, still alive lah. The condition it must be still alive, also not healthy only. All right, thank you very much. So we see you. We officially close the class today. Yeah, so you all are free to do whatever you want on Thursday night.